Hi, welcome back to another week of Rabbi Aaron's Attitude Adjustment. Now, are you still sick and tired of being sick and tired? Or have you started down the right path? Now, we told you in the beginning that this is a simple method. Not easy, but simple. It just requires you changing your mindset to something that will work, as opposed to something that you've already proven in your life doesn't work, which is why you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. We talked about Emunah, how strong it is, how it helps us to know that everything comes from Hashem, that it all has purpose, and that that purpose always, whether we see it or not at the moment, is for our ultimate good because Hashem is a loving Father. He doesn't do anything for nothing, and He only wants what's best for His children, the same way that we only want what's best for our children. Now, last week we talked about Teshuvah, which is pretty heady stuff, particularly around Rosh Hashanah, which is less than 2 weeks away. We talked about how important it is to get close to Hashem by saying, I appreciate everything you've given me, and I am so sorry in the areas that I've let you down. But how do we know what these areas are that we've let Him down in? Well, a lot of people say to me, Rabbi Aaron, I don't understand something. When you buy stereo equipment, or a TV, or a car, anything of any consequence, anything of any great value on a physical level, it has an owner's manual. It tells you what to do, what not to do, how to make it last properly, and how to get the most use out of it. Why isn't there an owner's manual for humans, for the body, for the mind, for the psyche, for the soul? Well, I'm going to tell you a secret. There is. And it's called Torah. And it was given over 3,000 years ago. So by now we have a pretty good idea that what it teaches us is right and it does work. Now, we talk about 3,000 years ago as the Ten Commandments, but it was also given down to us. The Torah was given in its completeness at Mount Sinai. Not just the written Torah, but the oral Torah, which includes Talmud and the Shulchan Aruch and all the things that are in them. Not specifically as those books, but all the principles that are in those books. So we have them all today. So we can't say we don't have them anymore, that somebody stashed them away, we haven't been able to get to them. They're out there, and they're for us to use. And you say, yeah, but I can't do all that. Okay, just between us. You can't, or you don't want to. Now, I know you can. You know how I know you can? Because we go back to our basic premise that everything comes from Hashem. He doesn't give you anything to do that you are incapable of doing. Therefore, when He gives you a book that tells you what you should eat, how you should live, how you should bathe, how you should keep yourself clean, how you should get yourself ritually pure, what ritual impurity is and why you need to get yourself ritually pure, and a plethora of other things, apparently you can do them. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been given to you to do. So we do these things on a regular basis, and these things bring us closer to the source, closer to Hashem. They put us in a place where we can always say, thank you, Hashem, for all you give us. We are very, very grateful, and we are very, very sorry that we have not lived by your rules to this point. But we're going to try in the future to do better. But we need your help, because we haven't done it to this point, or we haven't done it properly to this point, or we haven't done it to the best of our abilities to this point. So please help us to do better. And then we need to do better. We need to take the effort that it takes. It's not that we can't do it, it's that we don't want to do it. Now, to say we don't want to do it is almost like telling the manufacturer of your automobile that even though his manual says you should change your oil every 3,000 miles, you don't feel like doing that. 30,000 sounds better to you. So you don't change it for 30,000 miles, and you can imagine what happens to your car. We don't have to go into the mechanical dynamics of what it is, but let's suffice it to say that it will not run the way it was designed to run. The same is true with you and the laws of Hashem. They're immutable laws. They don't change. They cannot be altered. Hashem tells us you don't add a letter, you don't subtract a letter. They are perfect the way they are. Follow them, and He tells you your life will be bliss. He tells you exactly what you can expect to have. And we're going to go into that more next time we talk. So if you have any questions or any comments, please let me know. Put them in a comment underneath this post, or send them in a private message to me. And most of all, if you find this of value, and you know people who would be appreciating it, please pass it to them as well. You have a wonderful Shabbos, and we'll talk again next week. Be well. All the best.